Crypto never sleeps, and now you can trade the biggest moves in crypto markets on Kalshi. From Bitcoin price milestones to Ethereum predictions and major crypto headlines, Kalshi lets you trade the probabilities in real time. For example, Bitcoin is currently trading at 9% to finish above 75,000 by the end of June, meaning a $100 trade pays out $1,111 if it happens. On Kalshi, you're trading against peers in a live market, meaning there's no house, and as the probability changes, you can buy in and out of your position. For a limited time, download the Kalshi app and use code DCR to get $10 when you trade 10. Kalshi, Kalshi. Trade on anything. 18 and up only. Restrictions and eligibility requirements apply. Event contract trading involves risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Prices, values, and available markets may differ from those mentioned. For more information, see kalshi.com/regulatory. If you've been sitting on a business idea, Shopify makes it easy to make it happen. Everything you need to start selling is included and ready from day one. From the moment your first customer is ready to pay, Shopify Checkout helps more of them finish their purchase. And when they come back, their details are already saved. One tap and they're done. It's my favorite thing about shopping with Shopify. When Shopify handles the setup and checkout, you have more time to focus on growing your business, and Shopify gives you the tools to do it. Shopify powers millions of businesses worldwide, from household names like Mattel and Gymshark to small businesses just getting started. With Shopify, nothing stands between your idea and a real business. So go make it one. Start your free trial at shopify.com/DCR. That's shopify.com/DCR. Start your free trial at shopify.com/DCR. It's 8 a.m. Eastern, July 31st, and this is your daily crypto report. Bitcoin is down slightly at $63,736. Ethereum is down slightly at $1,882. BNB is up slightly at $591. Well, Senate Democratic leader Chuck Schumer has introduced legislation to create an independent 7-member anti-corruption bureau with subpoena enforcement and recovery powers, framing it as a response to President Donald Trump's alleged use of the presidency for personal and family profit. The bill would let the bureau, private plaintiffs, and state attorneys general pursue funds obtained through corruption by presidents, senior officials, campaign figures, and major contractors, while insulating the agency from presidential budget control through a dedicated fund and special judicial appointment process. Democrats have focused heavily on Trump's crypto ventures, which Bloomberg estimates have generated roughly $620 million for his family through World Liberty Financial, the Trump meme coin NFTs, and a Bitcoin mining stake. The White House denies any conflict of interest, but the issue is holding up the Clarity Act, with Democrats demanding stronger restrictions on federal officials profiting from digital assets and rejecting a Trump-backed proposal that would leave enforcement primarily to the Department of Justice. Well, the IRS is warning crypto holders about scammers mailing counterfeit letters designed to steal digital assets or personal information, including notices directing taxpayers to a fake digital asset compliance portal that does not exist. The agency advised recipients not to scan QR codes or respond to calls demanding payment. The physical mail tactic is notable because the IRS legitimately contacts taxpayers about crypto reporting, making the letters potentially convincing after a recent rise in real digital asset tax notices. The warning comes amid broader crypto security concerns, with more than $1 billion lost to hacks in the first half of 2026 and over 50 reported wrench attacks in which victims are physically threatened or assaulted for access to their crypto. Well, New York has sued Kalshi for allegedly operating an unlicensed gambling platform, seeking to block the company from offering prediction markets in the state and recover at least $36 billion in damages, restitution, disgorgement, and penalties pending a full accounting. Attorney General Letitia James argues that Kalshi's sports, culture, and election contracts are gambling products offered without approval from the New York State Gaming Commission, exposing residents, including people under 21, to financial risk while avoiding state gaming taxes. The lawsuit comes amid a broader jurisdictional fight with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission trying to prevent states from regulating federally registered event contract platforms. Kalshi has recently faced restrictions in Michigan and Washington, while Minnesota allowed it and Polymarket to continue operating during litigation. A gaming attorney said New York's unusually broad enforcement powers could potentially let the state pursue Kalshi's nationwide profits, making the $36 billion demand potentially conservative. Kalshi remains the world's largest prediction market by volume, recording $33 billion in June alone. Well, Strategy reported an $8 billion second quarter loss, reversing a $10 billion profit a year earlier, largely because of unrealized losses on its Bitcoin holdings, as Bitcoin ended the quarter more than 40% below its year earlier price. The company increased its holdings by 11% during the quarter. Strategy has paused Bitcoin purchases for 5 straight weeks to build cash. It also cut convertible debt by 18% and increased its dollar reserve, which now stands at $3.70 billion, enough to cover roughly 2 years of preferred dividends and interest payments. Well, Circle has secured a limited purpose trust charter from the New York Department of Financial Services for Circle New York Trust, giving USDC a stronger state-level regulatory footing shortly after the company received federal approval to establish Circle National Trust under the Office of the Comptroller of the Currency. The two approvals serve different purposes. The federal charter covers fiduciary custody of digital assets, with management of USDC reserves deferred to a later phase, while the New York charter provides the state framework through which USDC issuance is expected to operate. And finally, Barry Silbert-backed Fortitude has agreed to buy 9,000 Bitmain Antminer machines for about $31 million, a purchase expected to increase its Zcash mining capacity by 145%. The machines will be deployed across more than 60 megawatts of contracted power at 7 sites in South Dakota, Nebraska, Texas, and New York. That's all for us today. Visit us at dailycryptoreport.io and listen to us everywhere else you podcast under Daily Crypto Report.
Lee C. Camp here. If you've been enjoying this show, I think you might enjoy my podcast, No Small Endeavor, produced by Great Feeling Studios and PRX. No Small Endeavor explores what it means to live a good life. We sit down with courageous, impassioned people like actor Martin Sheen or civil rights hero James Lawson to ask what it means to live a life worth living. Follow No Small Endeavor wherever you get your podcasts. Living a good life is no small endeavor, and we would love to help.
There are a bunch of ways to prevent crime that no one is talking about, like how wind direction can make your community more violent or peaceful, and how GLP-1 meds could reduce felonies. This is Fighting Crime, where we ask the big questions. What if we've been having the wrong conversations about crime?
2 policies, ban the box and clean slate, don't seem to be helping, even though they sounded like they should or they would.
I'm your host, Christina Quinn. I'm going across the country from prisons to universities, police chiefs to inmates, to look at the evidence and question everything we think we know about how to make America safer.
Economists think a lot about how people respond to incentives. If we want to reduce crime and change behavior, we need to increase the costs or reduce the benefit.
Join us as we figure out new ways to fight crime and be prepared to think differently. Fighting Crime. Listen or watch on Apple Podcasts, YouTube, and Spotify.